Science 6. Energy and its forms. Objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to define energy, differentiate kinetic energy and potential energy, identify the forms of energy. Anything that is able to do work is said to possess energy. Thus energy is the ability to do work. Non-living things also need energy. Cloud formation also needs energy, for it involves air rising due to heat energy. The main source of energy is the sun. Without it, life on Earth will disappear completely, and there is no known substitute for this energy. Potential energy is the energy stored in an object as a result of its position. It is sometimes called stored energy or energy at rest. In other words, the energy is inactive at the moment but has the potential to do work. For example, imagine a pulled spring. When the spring is not stretched, there is no mechanical energy stored. But once it is pulled, the energy that results from the stretching of the spring is stored potential energy. Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by an object or a body in motion. All moving bodies have kinetic energy. Moving water and wind are good examples of this. Potential energy may be changed to kinetic energy and vice versa. A ball that hangs above the floor has potential energy, but when it is dropped, the potential energy is changed to kinetic energy. There are different ways on how to measure work and energy. Some units used to measure energy are calories, joules, foot-pounds, electron volts, and kilowatt-hours. Energy comes from various forms, such as mechanical, chemical, radiant, light electrical, sound, nuclear, and thermal energy. The first form of energy is the mechanical energy, which is the energy that moves objects. It is commonly used in tasks that require movement. It is at work in activities that involve actions like pulling, pushing, twisting, turning, and throwing. The body uses mechanical energy to perform motions such as throwing a ball or moving a pencil to write on paper. The second form of energy is the thermal energy, which is the energy that comes from heat. Heat energy is another name for thermal energy. This heat is generated by the movement of tiny particles within an object. The faster these particles move, the more heat is generated. The major source of thermal energy is the sun because it warms the earth and the atmosphere. Heat energy has many uses. Burning fuels such as coal, oil, gasoline, and kerosene will produce heat that helps people to cook food and run power plants. Heat energy is also involved in maintaining the water cycle. The third form of energy is electrical energy. Electrical energy is another form of energy. It is the result of the movement of an electrical charge and is commonly referred to as electricity. Electrical current is the flow of electrical charge through matter. Electric cords carry electric current in copper wires. Television sets, computers, light bulbs, air cons, and fans all need electrical energy to work. It even powers transportation systems such as the light rail transit, LRT, and metro rail transit, MRT, in Metro Manila. Electricity is also used to run communication devices such as cell phones and computers. The fourth form of energy is the radiant energy, which is the energy that travels toward all directions from the source. Radiation is a form of energy that can move through empty space. It is the energy of the electromagnetic waves, radio waves, infrared waves, visible light, ultraviolet rays, and X-rays. The fifth form of energy is the light energy, which is a type of radiant energy that can be seen by the human eye. The Sun is the closest star to planet Earth and radiates light energy. Burning fuels such as coal, oil, and gas, as well as the glowing filament of an electrical lamp, flashlights, matches, headlights of cars, and candles are also sources of light. The sixth form of energy is the nuclear energy, which is the energy in the nucleus or the core of an atom. It is the energy released during nuclear fission or nuclear fusion. In the process of nuclear fission, atoms are split to release that energy. Nuclear fusion is the opposite of fission. It is the process of combining two or more nuclei. Uranium is the fuel used to produce nuclear energy. That is because its atoms can be split apart relatively easily. The seventh form of energy is the sound energy, which is produced by vibrating objects. Vibrating objects have the energy that sets the air around to vibrate. You hear sound when the sound waves made by vibrating objects reach your ears. Horns, bells, whistles, gentle breeze of wind, and flowing water in a brook produce sound. The last form of energy is the chemical energy, which is the energy that is stored in the bonds between the atoms of chemical compounds. When these bonds are broken during chemical reactions, energy is released. In the same way, when the food you eat is digested and undergoes certain chemical reactions in the body, energy is released, enabling you to do your activities. The batteries that power handheld devices and laptops use chemical energy to generate electricity. Other examples include fossil fuels and biofuels that efficiently harness chemical energy to produce heat or other energy forms through chemical means. Practice exercise. What is energy? Energy is the ability to do work. How is potential energy different from kinetic energy? Potential energy is the energy at rest, while kinetic energy is energy in motion. What is the form of energy that is generated by the movement of tiny particles within an object? The answer is thermal energy or heat energy. What form of energy is produced by vibrating objects? The answer is sound energy. What is the main source of energy? Sun is the main source of energy. End of lesson.